Hi everyone, I thought I'd make a quick video on Friday night's homework. If you have any questions, just feel free to email me or text me, and the answer key is also on my website. Okay, so the first one you had to graph is square roots. Remember, there are no negative radicands. So that is why you see when you go into the calculator, sometimes you have error. And the error is for numbers that you do not want to include in your table because you cannot take the square root of a negative number. So your starting point is 0, 4. That makes sense because this has to be greater than or equal to 0. So that will always match. Notice that I didn't copy any decimals. You only copy the whole numbers and the integers for the square roots. So usually the vertex is 0, 0, or in this case, the starting point is 0, 0. This is 4 units up from there. So translated 4 units up from 0, 0. So your starting point is 0, 4. Domain is left to right. Okay, domain is your x, left to right. This does not continue to the left. It's from 0 to infinity. So x is greater than or equal to 0 or 0 to infinity. And your y value is your up or down. So the y value, the lowest one is 4 and above. Make sure to have that h of x on there and also your constraints. This is, again, set builder form, and this is interval notation form. Second one is going to be your quadratic because you have that squared. Okay, make sure you go and copy that table. Make sure you have arrows because no constraints. So arrows because no constraints given. Okay, translated 1 to the left. Remember, you take the opposite of what's on the inside and you copy the outside. So your vertex is negative 1, 3. That's why it's 1 left and 3 up, and that's also from 0, 0. As these goes up, as the arrows go up, this will go to the left, this will go to the right. That makes it all reals, negative infinity to positive infinity. Y values, it does not continue going to negative infinity. So the lowest, it is 3, and it's 3 and above, and that's where this comes from. Again, this is set builder, and this is interval notation. The third one is a plain old linear. So you can either do a table, or you can simply just do M and B. Make sure that you do have your equation. This is on the outside, so it affects the y, so that's why it's 2 units down. From 0, 0, the arrows do mean that it goes all reals in both directions. So negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay, on the back, we have an absolute value. Remember, this is the one that makes the V. Yes, I know it's a lot of numbers, but you want to copy as many as you can graph. Don't forget your equation. Again, you do the opposite on the inside, the same on the outside. So that makes your vertex negative 5, negative 2. This would be translated 5 units left and 2 units down, again from that usual 0, 0. The arrows going left and right is what makes it all reals. Your lowest y value is negative 2, and then above. So that's why it's greater than or equal to negative 2. Again, this is set builder, and this is interval notation. No, you don't have to write both, but it's good to practice both. All right, another square root. Remember, when it's like this, a little more complicated, you have to take what's on the inside and make it greater than or equal to 0. And yes, you have to solve it. Remember, that's because you can't have negative radicands. Again, when you put in the calculator, this is the first number that is not error. So again, these will match these numbers, okay? And this is your starting point. We don't call it a vertex, and we don't call it a turning point. This is your starting point. Again, we copy all the whole numbers and integers. Negative 2, because remember, do the opposite, would be translated 2 units left, and negative 5 is 5 units down, and that originates from 0, 0. This does not go any further on the x than negative 2. That's why it's negative 2 to infinity. And this does not go any lower than negative 5 on the y, so it's greater than or equal to y. And again, don't forget that constraint. And last but not least, we have one more quadratic. This is 1 unit up from 0, 0. Don't forget your equation. You want to go into the table. Remember, copy everything that you can actually graph. The arrows means extending left and right, so those are your all reals. And your lowest y is 1 and to infinity, and that is where that comes from. So hopefully this helps.